Hello, Awesome Soul here, and we have some new information for things that we sort of had hints at before, but now it's more of confirmation, I guess, and it sort of hints that it might be coming sooner than we expected. So, to start things off, we have a tweet from Mark Simons, the CEO of FreeGem, and he says, "Finally getting round to fixing nanos and electroplates in Robocraft. I think we're on a roll." And that's something I'm very, very happy to hear. Electroplates have been something that I have liked building with for a long time, but it's just, I don't know, they're good on very niche builds, and I've seen people do some very crazy things, especially with those builds that people are calling the Electroplate sausage, I think. That's what most people have been calling them. But other than those, it's really just kind of a detriment to most builds. You're better off, in most cases, going with armor. But as far as the nanos go, Rick, the art jammer, chimes in with, "We've been working on a whole new look for the Nano VFX, which, if you don't know, stands for visual effects." So chances are he's referring to the actual beam physics, so what the beam looks like. Or in the future, because they have said they're reworking the nanos, perhaps it won't be a beam anymore. We honestly don't know. Maybe it could resemble more of like a nanobot cloud, because right now it doesn't exactly resemble anything nano related. Well, I guess it could, just because nanos, like the nanobots, are so super tiny that it's just an energy beam carrying the nanobots to the target. I don't really know how it works, but it looks cool, and that's what matters. So yeah, now that they're talking a bit more, especially about the nanos, we might actually see it a little bit sooner than what was originally hinted at, because originally during the live stream, and what I covered in the last video, they talked about doing it at the end of this month. But fingers crossed we might get something a little bit sooner. Carrying on from that, we have something pertaining to custom games. So somebody is asking if there will be an unlimited power option for custom games in the future. Mark responds with, "We are planning on adding that to custom games, and a brawl with it is also a good idea. Thanks for the suggestion." So I can't remember off the top of my head the little teaser layout. If you go into the custom game mode, it'll say like coming soon, and then it'll give a description of, I guess, what they have planned, at least at the time of when they made that image. They might add more things, but I can't remember if there is anything pertaining to power. So we might get this in Mark II, or if you remember from last video, they said they might split Mark II into 2 versions. So I don't know if this is simple enough to make it into the first thing. But regardless, it is definitely something I would like to see in custom games. And I guess on that note, in the comment section down below, what exactly would you guys like to see in custom games? Particularly things that haven't been discussed by FreeGem, which I can't really remember off the top of my head, so just go ahead and list whatever the hell you feel like. On to the next one. This is another string of tweets going off of a tweet we already covered before. And somebody asks, what exactly has happened to the wings? Because Mark was talking about the nanos and electroplates getting a rework, but everybody assumed that the wings were going to be the next thing. So Mark responds to this concern with, "Wings are still in the works, do not worry. We are working on a lot of stuff. Wings will take a while though, as they are a bit complicated. But good news, because the next tweet we have is, I think I finally cracked the new aerofoil physics today, getting them flying real nice in a prototype." So this means that we might be getting them a little bit sooner than what Mark was originally entailing, in the last tweet, I mean. So yeah, all really great news. Again, that is a lot of stuff we have known for a while, although I guess not really the Electroplate. We haven't heard any news on an Electroplate rework other than the fact that they want to do one. And it was more of like hints here and there. It was never anything confirmed. But now I guess it's been hard confirmed, pretty much. We don't really have anything like official on the website, but a tweet from the CEO is definitely good enough. Now that will cover it as far as the tweets go. However, there is something that I've been meaning to talk about for a little while, and I've kind of saved it. It was a post on my Discord channel by the user Zephyr Shock. So what they've done is gone into a program and basically pulled up all of the old Robocraft colors. For those who are sort of new around here, before we had the painting system, each cube was colored individually and had a armor rating, and there were a lot of other things pertaining to that, but I won't get into that now. So what we have here at the bottom row, those are all of the current colors we have at the moment, except for the far two on the right. Those were the carbon colors. Those were some of the last cubes to be added under this system, and they were essentially a revamped version of the tier 10 cube, which is actually a red and black iridescent color. It was really awesome, and that's something that hopefully we will see when they bring back more colors. Well, they didn't say they're bringing back colors. What they said is, if you missed the last video, they said they were increasing the current color swatches from 16 to 32, so doubling them basically. And something very interesting to note, if you look at the top row, minus the white and gray colors, those are exactly 16 colors. So could this possibly mean we are getting the old colors back? I'm sure I myself and many others would be very pleased by that. The thing is though, there are a few double up colors, but the thing is they're a nice shade difference. So even the beige that we have now, it's very cream colored, but the old beige that we had was kind of a more desert camo kind of color, very sandy looking. And the red is slightly brighter. That's really the only color that might be a little bit of a problem. That was the special Overwolf cube. It was a tier 5 variant cube. And then we have this sort of really nice teal. The brown is more of, I guess a dirty, muddy brown, as opposed to the orangey brown that we have now. Because the brown that we have now, especially if you're painting glass cubes, it's very minuscule, the difference between orange and brown. So it would be nice to have a different brown option. That's something I've always wanted. Now, we do have another green color, and this green is one that I actually like a lot. It's like a sage green, sort of a military green, and it's something we're kind of missing at the moment. We have 3 greens. I know, a lot of green, but the greens we have are, I guess 2 of them are kind of, one of them is like neon, and the other is sort of like a darker, almost, I hazard to say, cartoony green, and the other one's kind of like a grass colored green. Then a sky blue would also be rather nice. Darker orange wouldn't be too bad, I guess. They might have to retool that one. It's not as bad as the red one we see, where it's pretty much spot on, but they might swap that out for something else. I could see that. As well, the pink we also have up here is fairly similar to our current pink, although a bit brighter. And now we come to the interesting ones. These ones are the iridescent colors. If you don't know what that means, basically in the light it shines a different color. Now, this blue one isn't exactly the most iridescent, but it's like a dark blue and then it shines to a lighter blue. We also have a yellow that's kind of like a straight yellow, although I've always preferred this yellow over the current yellow we have, the weird neon yellow. Then we got the iridescent red and iridescent purple, which kind of shines like, I guess, a tan color. And then the fan favorites, the iridescent green and iridescent red, which are the black cubes, but they shine red or green respectively in the light. We also have a gold cube, and we have what was once the tier X cube, which was the mega armor, back when megabots were a thing. So yeah, all of those colors, except for a few, I could definitely see coming back into the game. And it is a very odd coincidence that there are 16 colors, and they're planning on adding 16 more. Is that confirmed? Probably not, but hey, I'll let you be the judge of that. Anyways, before I wrap it up, out of those colors that I listed, do you have a favorite? If you could pick only one, which color out of those would you add to the game? Anyways, guys, I will go ahead and wrap up the video here. I, of course, have been the Awesome Soul. I thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.